Hi everyone, and welcome to my first crochet vlog. I have never done one before, so this is super exciting, and I'm also very nervous, which you can probably tell in my voice, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I've been working on this week. I am super excited. So I've been working on designing this crochet unicorn pattern, and it's coming along really well. It ended up a bit bigger than I was originally planning, but I'm still happy with it. So now I have moved on to what I honestly think is the hardest part for me for pattern designing is the body. Now this is my second attempt at this. I did create another one, but I just felt it was way too small for the head with how big it actually ended up. The size I was planning for the body didn't end up working. So now I am on my second attempt for that, and I am feeling much better about this one. But one thing I have been really super excited about is I have kind of accidentally created a new pocket loaf creation. Now, if you don't know, I have a pocket loaf piggy that I created that is available on my website, Crazy Knitting and CrochetLovers.com. It's also on my Etsy as well as my Patreon membership. So I just think it's really cute. And while I've been designing the unicorn, I kind of just accidentally got this idea of what if I make a pocket loaf unicorn. And I literally just finished designing that about half an hour ago, I think, and then I had some lunch. So this is it, my pocket loaf unicorn with its little curly mane and tail and its little horn. So I originally did try to give it a nose and a mouth, but it just didn't look right. It either made it look like a pig or a cat to me, and I was like, that's not how I want it to look. So I actually took that off. So this is my pocket loaf unicorn. I would love to know what you think. So the pattern, I'm still designing it. This was just the rough draft basically. I'm going to be designing the pattern now though. I'm going to start a new one, maybe put some different colors for the mane and tail on the second one. So I am just in love with the pocket loaves. I'm definitely thinking I might continue trying to turn other creations into these. I would love to know what you think. If you have any ideas of what I could make next, if you put them in the comments, I will definitely check them out and consider them. So this is what I have just finished. But like I said, I'm still finalizing the pattern. Still gotta take all the step-by-step pictures for like the how to do the horn and the mane and how to attach that, because I actually crocheted the mane and the tail onto it instead of just sewing it. So it's a lot, I feel like it's a lot stronger this way. But it'll be posted on my Patreon membership first. I always put my patterns on there first before anywhere else now. If you are interested in my Patreon membership, I'll leave a link in the description for you for that. It has my current pocket piggy pattern on there. It has my actual sitting pig pattern plush. I've just released a new pattern this month. It's the exclusive pattern for the month, which is Mochi the kitty. So that's on there as well, and a few other things so far. I do try to upload at least one pattern a month, but this will be the second pattern for this month now, once that's all finished. So yeah, that's just a bit of what I've been working on so far this week. I have way too many works in progress. But I was designing this, and I was just like, this is so big and it's taking so long, and I think I just needed a break and just make something cute and quick. I love cute, quick and cozy, so that was what inspired the Pocket Loaf Unicorn. So now I'm gonna go and make up a second one, and I have to figure out what colors I'm gonna use. I really like to use 2 colors for the main, because if I was originally just going to make it pink, and then I was like, it's just, I think the purple complements it much better than just the one color. So now I have to have a look. Maybe I could use a multicolor. That might be nice. That would actually work really well for the blue multicolor that I have. I think that could work nice. So maybe I might do that, a multicolor instead of 2 different colors. Because I unfortunately do not have much of a selection in the 10-ply yarn. I am very limited in that. So maybe the multicolor might be nice. So anyway, I'm just gonna go make that now, and I will update you as it comes along. Hey everyone, so it's day 2 of my vlog filming. So I have finished the first part of the Pocket Loaf Unicorn for the pattern design. Slowly been taking pictures and whatnot, so now I am thinking I might want to do the horn in a different color to the original one I did. In the original one I made it grey, and I'm thinking this one I might actually do it in the yellow I've got, just for something a bit different. I really wish that this color was a bit more golden, but unfortunately I am limited with the color options here. So just thinking this might be a nice one. And I was having a bit of a thought about the color for the mane this time. I think I mentioned in the last bit that I was thinking of a multicolored yarn, and I have picked out this. Isn't this pretty? I can't even remember how long I've had this, and I've just been waiting until I found something, you know, that I wanted to use it for. I've got a few balls of it. I think I've got like 3, and I think this would look really, really nice for it, like just for the mane and the tail. I think this is the color I'm gonna go with. But so that's the plan for today, is make the horn and the mane and the tail, and then I should be ready to start getting it ready to publish, which will be exciting. It is so cold here today. I live in Melbourne in Victoria, and I think they said it's only getting up to 12 degrees, which it's not even winter yet. We're in the last month of autumn, and it is getting so cold. We're getting down to 6-degree nights already. My partner, where he works up in the Dandenong Ranges, there was hail all over the ground today. He sent me pictures. He got up there about 8 a.m. I think, and he sent me pictures, and it honestly looked like snow. It was just so thick all over the ground, and I was like, just looking at it. I have never actually seen snow either, so that is on the to-do list. There are a few places in Victoria, in Australia, where it does snow, so that is on the to-do list, but I am what they refer to as a cold frog, so I don't know how I'll handle it. We'll probably just have to rug me up like an Eskimo or something. But yeah, oh gosh, the weather here gets so cold. And I actually grew up in South Australia and then lived for a few years in New South Wales. What we refer to as the middle of the desert. It was always warm there. It was rarely cold. I mean, during winter it got, you know, nippy, but nothing like here. Melbourne is freezing during winter. So much colder than South Australia or New South Wales. So that's been an adjustment period. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm liking this. I don't really have any other colours that I could make for the horn though. You know, I think it's just going to be one of those try it and see, and if it doesn't look good, just pull it apart and do it in the grey. I think that's going to be the best option here, but I don't want it to look like a corn on the cob. I have made a unicorn knitting pattern in the past, and the horn honestly reminded me of a corn on the cob, and I was not happy with it, which is why I'm apprehensive about this one. I don't want it to look like that. But I like these eyes. These are really pretty eyes. For the original one, I actually used like a dark pink because it would match the mane and the tail colours that I used, the pink and the purple. But because I'm using this colour for this one, I honestly think the blue eyes here are better. I unfortunately don't have purple ones. It's really hard to find good quality safety eyes here. I had to order these ones online as it was, so Spotlight doesn't really tend to have much. They tend to have just the plain black ones. So if I want special like little colour ones, I have to find them online, and the majority of the places that have the best ones don't ship or post to Australia, so that makes it really hard. So if you guys actually know of anywhere, please let me know in the comments of, hey, you can find them here in Australia, because that would help out so much. I always see like the really big ones that sort of look like they only have half the colouring, so it actually makes it look like they're sort of looking a certain way. I think they are absolutely beautiful, and I have not been able to find any whatsoever that ship to Australia. So that's a bit frustrating. It's same with the yarn here. I can't order from most of the places online that sell all the nice stuff because they don't post here. So it's frustrating. It honestly is. I just wish we had a bit more options, I think would be better. We are very limited here, unfortunately. I have ordered from a few places online, but I found the colouring tends to be different than the actual picture shown. So that's also something I'm very apprehensive about. If you have that problem, like, you will know, like, that's not the colour I ordered. And it's like, now what am I going to do with this, because I needed this certain colour, and I don't know what it is, the shades just look different in pictures. Like, what's an example here? Maybe this, like, this actually shows up really well, but like the purple and the darker blue is actually a bit darker than it's showing on here. So same with pictures. I find sometimes I'll take a picture of like this piggy and it'll make it look very light pink rather than the pink it actually is. So it's awkward, I find, when it comes to that sort of stuff. So the plan today, get this unicorn finished, and I have already been typing up the pattern, which is good. I like to get a head start on that. I normally write it out by hand, but lately my fingers with the arthritis have been playing up, so I've been trying to just put all my attention into doing this and not worrying about writing it out by hand because it's been hurting. You can probably see my little fire heater going in the background because it is so cold in here and I have to keep my hands warm, otherwise they get so painful and then I can't do anything. So I will update you, I think once the horn is done, maybe the mane as well. I don't know how I feel about this yellow. I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up, try it, see how it goes, and then go from there. Okay, I'm back and I have to say I am loving this. So originally I wasn't keen on the yellow horn, but I made it and made the first piece of the mane with the blue color, and oh my god, I am loving this. It is so pretty. This is adorable. I honestly did not think it would come out this cute, but look at the colors, how I honestly think the blue actually really works with the yellow. Oh my gosh, I am loving this yarn. I wish I had enough to make a blanket out of this. Oh, me and my partner Ryan have been like needing a blanket for our bed, and oh, if I had enough I would make a blanket for us out of this yarn. I don't know if it's still available. I'm gonna check that right now to see if I can get more so I can make us a blanket. I don't know if it's been discontinued though, but I am loving this. It is beautiful. Oh my gosh, what was it called again? Nope. It is so pretty. I got it from Spotlight actually. So, but I do know a lot of their stuff does get discontinued after time, which is really disappointing and frustrating, especially when you finally find a color that you love so much. I think it's been, is that it there? That might be it there. They might still have it. Okay, how much will I need for I think the bed's a queen, or is it a king? Oh no. I don't know how big the bed is. I don't know how big I'll need to make it if I make it into a blanket. But see, again here, like this is what I was talking about earlier. The colouring looks different on the picture than it does here. But I'm pretty positive that that's the one. 4 seasons, 10 ply, printed spot saver, 140 grams, yarn, water blue. Pretty positive that was it. So 140 grams for a blanket. I don't know how much I would need. I'm definitely gonna look into that though. But I am just, isn't this the cutest? I cannot get over how cute this is. Oh my gosh, I am loving this. I think I like this one better than my first one. Oh, I feel horrible for thinking that, but it's so cute. Oh my gosh. I am actually really glad I did the yellow horn now for this because it does look really good. I tend to do that, overthink it, and then end up loving it. I gotta stop overthinking these things. Which is why I decided, okay, I'm gonna try and see if I like it, because I know I overthink things and then end up liking them. So I pushed through, but now I have to go and finish making, isn't this beautiful? Making the rest of the mane and the tail. So I will show you more of that once it's finished. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. It's gonna be so pretty. I'm fangirling over my own pattern. Well, it is really pretty. And I'm definitely gonna look into making a blanket out of this. It's really nice and soft too. I mean, it is acrylic yarn. I actually find pure 100% Australian wool to be really scratchy and just rough. So this is actually really nice and soft for acrylic, so that is always a bonus, because I have had bad acrylic in the past where it's like so scratchy and rough and just not very nice for anything, even toys or blankets or especially clothing. It's been terrible for that. So I will go and continue making these. I have to make 6 all up, and I will be back with the final result. Hey, oh my gosh, it is so cute. I've just finished my little Pocket Loaf Unicorn for the pattern, and oh my gosh, it is so cute. I am loving this yarn. Like, look at the coloring, it's so pretty. And I do think the yellow really worked out. I am really happy with this. So now I have 2 little Pocket Loaf Unicorns. So I am hoping to actually work up to going to the little market stalls near me. There are quite a few. There's, I think, the Portsea one, the Mornington Race Course, and a few other ones, but I don't remember what they are. So I've always wanted to go to the markets, but it's just like, you have to have a decent amount of stock to do that, and I normally make big plushes, so they obviously take a lot longer to make than the smaller, quicker ones. So maybe now that I'm starting to get like my cute little Pocket Loaf Piggy and my unicorns and my loaf cats, maybe now I can actually start looking at getting up a decent amount of small, quick things to actually go. That'd be really exciting, and if I do, I will actually let you know about that. So yeah, because I have my little bumblebees as well, and a few other things I've made. I've been getting really into the small amigurumi lately, or at least smaller than what I normally do, which, the example, look how big this is. So yeah, I am loving this. I really am, and I would love to know what you think, so definitely put it in the comments telling me, actually tell me which one you like better. Which one do you prefer, the blue one or the pink and purple? I would really love to know that. That'd be really nice. So I will be releasing the pattern hopefully today or tomorrow. Obviously it will be exclusively on my Patreon membership first. I will be putting a link to that in the description box, so if you would like to check that out, I would recommend it. My piggy pattern is already on there. Same with the bigger piggy that I made. Obviously Mochi the Kitty is this month's exclusive pattern on there. So I will be posting up the Pocket Loaf Unicorn on there first, and then eventually putting it on to my Etsy at Nicola Raleigh Designs. So if you would like the pattern, definitely check out my Patreon. It is definitely worth the value. I have 2 membership tiers. The first one gives you access to all my free patterns PDF form, and then the more expensive tier gives you access to all the paid patterns and the previous monthly exclusive patterns, all in PDF form on there. So it's definitely worth it. You get work in progress updates, you get behind the scenes, you get voting rights, you get I do testing calls every now and again, so you also get access to that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking that out. It's pretty cool. I only just started that recently, so there's not many patterns on there yet, but I am slowly working up the pattern library. So even just for the value it's at now, it's definitely worth it. So like I said, I'll put a link to that in the description. Bit of fluff on my pants. It's probably the stuffing That stuff gets everywhere. I even find it in my bed, even though I don't have the stuffing anywhere near that room. It would get on my clothing and then get in there, is my best idea of how that happens. That stuff clings. It doesn't help the fact that the fabric that my pants is, I don't know, it just seems to attract fluff. It's terrible. But they are warm, especially in this weather. It's so cold today. Had to wear my warm pants. So yeah, and then it will be eventually available on my website and my Etsy. So I hope you love the little unicorns. Again, let me know in the comments which one you prefer better, the pink and purple or the blue. I would really love to know. So anyway, this was my first ever crochet vlog. I hope you've had a good time and hopefully you've gotten inspiration, because I love watching crochet vlogs for inspiration. So hopefully this one has helped you get the same. Bye now.